So I wanted to do this just impromptu video, just having these moments of my own self-thoughts. And one thing that I kept feeling and kept like getting, really very emotional about is sometimes we get so limited by our thoughts, so limited by our lives, so limited by the idea that we have no choices in our lives because of where we are. Our situations could be our finances, our family situations, our jobs, our education, our really our self-limiting beliefs. And I kept wondering about many people who really limit themselves in their lives and where they could be in this now moment if they only thought for 1 minute, what if I made a different choice in my life? Someone a long time ago, you know, um, told me that, he has no choices in life. Like, you don't have a choice in the people you communicate with, the people you live with, the people who are your friends, or the people who just are actually allowed to be in your life. But, like, many years from that thought that I heard, I feel that is absolutely not the right way of thinking. We always have choices. We always have choices of who we communicate with. We have choices who we love. We have choices who we choose to give our love to. We have choices in where we live. We have choices in what kind of a future we have for ourselves. We have a choice in who we become and who we how we communicate with others and how we expect others to communicate with us. This whole self-limiting belief about not being able to choose, or feeling so limited in the things you can actually do in life, is where there's a difference between people who become so successful and living their dreams and living their own passions, and say being on their life purpose, or being in their own mission, marrying the love of their life, or having the life that they've always dreamed about, versus people who live in lifestyles or in choices that they really don't want for themselves. See, this life is so unlimited for us. God gave us a huge universe, and it really is just an example of how expansive we can actually really be if we only say to ourselves, I have a choice. That's really what we have to really start with. If we really want to change many things about our lives, we actually have to believe that we have a choice in that life. If you, for example, wake up one morning and say, I don't like my job, but I have no choice, that's the only job I can actually do, then you are actually limiting the kinds of jobs that you maybe can do. Because if you say, I have a choice, then you're actually going to start working on it. You're going to start maybe working on applying to different kinds of jobs. Maybe studying at night, going to your job during the day and studying at night because you want to open yourself a whole new field, a whole new career. Instead of actually reminding yourself every morning that I don't like my job and I don't have a choice in it. It's the same thing about, say, for example, you're living in a home or in a marriage or in a relationship which is not really a nurturing relationship, more of a karmic connection, a very limiting connection. Someone, for example, you live with people who, or someone who doesn't love you enough, or you actually stop loving that person again, and you say, I don't have a choice, say because we have children and I need to be this person for my loved ones. Again, it is your choice. If you say I don't have a choice, then you're actually really limiting yourself. You're not doing other people services by staying in a situation or in a marriage or in a relationship which you're not even there. You're not actually really there because your heart and your mind is somewhere totally different. Again, you still have a choice. You have a choice to be honest, to be truthful to other people. Again, not about starting a hatred or a miscommunication or anything like that, but it's to tell them, I honor my truth, and my truth tells me that I cannot be with you, for example. It doesn't mean that you stop loving that person or hating, like you hate that person, or whatever that person's reactions is really not your problem. Because if you're not if you're not being honest with yourself, if you're not being honest with other people you live with, then you're not living an honest life. No matter what you try to say, it's because of the children, or because I'm responsible for him, I'm responsible for her. It is not about letting go of our commitments to other people. But if you're in a relationship, for example, with someone you actually don't love, then you're not actually committing to that person. Even though when we get married, we say we vow to love that person and honor that person. But if you're not loving that person, then you already blew up that commitment. So again, it's not about not having a choice. It's about honoring your truth. Instead of saying to someone that you love them and you care about them and you don't really do. And even the person, even if they say that you're, all the bad things, if you say, I'm breaking up with you, or I'm going to live a different life, they should appreciate your truth, because they are deceiving themselves by accepting a relationship that is really all about something that isn't even there. There's no truth in it. It's not real. There are people who tell you that your dream is not real, it's just a dream, and they keep breaking you apart from your dreams. And they tell you it's not achievable. You can't achieve that. You can't be that. Oh, because the world is such a bad place, or you live in bad situations, or you're not worthy of it. And they keep trying to make you feel, for example, that you're not worthy of your dreams. Again, it's your choice. If you see yourself as worthy of whatever dream you have in your life, then you should honor that. You should actually be truthful to yourself and say, what do you want? Are you ready for the changes that it makes, that it needs for you to make that choice? Because again, every dream is not just a dream. It needs work, and it needs hard work. It actually needs a lot of faith in yourself, in your capabilities, in your ability to work with God, and the ability to work with the universe. It's in your own abilities to open yourself up for that dream. Again, it's your choice to believe others who belittle you, or belittle your dreams, or who don't really care about your dreams, or they want to tell you that you're a failure. That's your choice again. It is not like, again, I don't have a choice. You have a choice. So I feel with this message really is there's so many people out there who stop dreaming and stop believing in their choices, and they stop believing that they have an ability to live an amazing, happy, and a magical life. It starts with their choices. It really is about what we choose to bring into our life. And even though sometimes we choose, like, again, this whole example about getting a different kind of job, it takes education. Even though it might take you a long time for your choice to actually really be available to you, be manifesting in your life. Again, it's really about if you're making that choice every day, again and again and again and again, and being patient for your choice to come true. But there's a big difference between taking its time and a difference saying it's not going to happen, so I'm not going to spend my time trying to work for my choice. So really honor yourselves and honor your choices. Choose for yourself what you feel you're worthy of. Choose to love yourself even more than expecting others to love you. The more you love yourself, the more you're actually going to stop fighting with others. Fighting to prove who you are, fighting to survive, fighting to speak your truth, fighting to try to make them believe in you. But you really have to spend more of your energy believing in yourself and whatever choice you want to do for yourself. If it's coming from your heart, it is your choice. It is your soul's choice. It's your higher self. It's God's choice for you. But you have to accept it as well. Make a choice to change your life and take the time to honor that choice and honor the things you have to change within yourself to be worthy of what you want. Life is all about nurturing who we are, about really believing in the choices that we came here to be. Really dream about it. but not only make your dream a dream, but make it a reality by stepping into your own power, by stepping into your ability to make any dream happen. If you're with people who are not believing in your dreams, or who in a way secretly or manipulatively maybe not support you and not nurture your heart, not nurture your abilities, then these are not the right people to be with. Make a choice to change those people by either stepping away from, from them, or connecting even more with people who believe in you, who are like you, who are going to be open-hearted towards you, instead of having to really honor other people's choices of what they think you should be. Again, we have to bring love into our lives and love into our choices by not feeling the defensiveness of our choices, but really feeling more peaceful with our choices, instead of having to fight other people because we want to bring our choices to life. The more we bring peace into our choice, the more these choices will make you bring more harmony and actually peaceful coexistence maybe with others. And for some others, it could be just for you to literally just totally step away from those who are not going to honor what you're becoming. Life can be a blessed and a magical and a happy experience if we follow our hearts, if we follow our souls, if we really believe that God is going to help us. But God will help us if we actually help ourselves. If you take that step, God will take 10 steps with you. It will open up so much more for you. And even though it could be painful with those, some of these steps can be really painful to us, but the more we persevere and the more we believe and love what we choose, then God is going to open up even more and more for us. So I hope you really feel that about the message for today. Life is all about our choices.